Welcome back, guys, to another video here at Paintball Motor Projects, and we're back on the Mercedes. Fortunately, we're going to start this part 3 with a bad note. Unfortunately, I've had a look at this car. We've got it up on the ramp. Now, the pulley that I suspected was an issue, cannot get to. So, unfortunately, I've had to get a mechanic out. Fortunately for me, the mechanic didn't charge anything to come and have a look at it. So we've had it up. Mechanic's had a look at it, and he says to me, unfortunately, mate, it's not the pulley that's the problem. It is, unfortunately, the crankshaft is the problem with the car. So the noise is coming from the crankshaft, not the pulley. The pulley obviously would be such a quick, well, I say quick and easy fix. It's not quick and easy. It's still a bit of a pain to get to, but not as bad as the crankshaft. The crankshaft itself is going to cost me, well, sorry, the crankshaft plus the work, because obviously there's no way I can do this, because it has to go into a garage to be done. You have to take the whole bottom end of the engine out and to get the crank out. Apparently there's a bit of play in the crank, and that's what that noise is, but to sort that out is going to cost about £600. £600 to £700. I haven't really spent much money on it. I suppose if I include the insurance and tax I was paying on it to drive it around, it probably owes me about $360, something like that. So in this episode then is going to be the whole preparation of getting this car ready for sale. With this said, I've been advised from the mechanic who did look at the car to put this additive. I can't remember what it's called, haven't got it on me, but in the next clip, obviously when I start doing it, I will show you what it is, but I can't remember. It's some stuff to go in the oil that we're going to put it in, and it should help soothe the sound of this rubbing sound that the crankshaft is making. I did mention as well in one of the other parts, part 1, part 2, can't remember which part now, that it does have a crankshaft sensor issue as well. It's also flagged up on the ECU that the crankshaft sensor is out. Can't remember if it was A or B now. It's been months since I last checked it. So yeah, that needs doing as well. But yeah, that's probably why it flagged up, because it is actually an issue with the crankshaft, not so much the sensor. It might be the sensor as well, but it's definitely the crankshaft itself. The guy has had a little play with the crankshaft and says there's a little bit of play in it, and that's where the noise is coming from. He's done his whole little spanner test and vibration test on the car. Oh, look at that, the sun's just come out, it's gleaming off the car now. It was a really dark cloud that was hovering over it, and now it's gone away. But since I last filmed this, when we actually cleaned the Mercedes, it's actually been sat for another 3 weeks, 4 weeks maybe. And yeah, we're in April 2021 now as of recording. It was done in March 2021, yeah, so it's probably about a month, yeah, about 4 weeks, something like that, since we cleaned this car. It's not looking too bad, but I'm pretty sure you can pick up it's getting dirty again just by being sat there. So yeah, all on the roof, it's all dirty. So yeah, in this part then, part 3, we're going to put the additive into the oil and see what it sounds like. If it's good news, if it sounds nice and quiet, then I may go ahead and do some other little bits to the car. We're going to get this MOT prepped, so we're going to get it in for an MOT, but we're going to do a pre-MOT test on the car. So we're going to do all its little checks, and possibly I might change the wing. If I can find a wing cheap enough, I'll definitely change that wing. But yeah, that's basically what we're going to do. We're going to do a little MOT pre-test checks, get the oil in, see what it sounds like. If it's made a difference, made it sound a lot quieter, then obviously I will do get it in for an MOT. Do the MOT pre-test checks. If there's no major issues and I can't see anything, then we'll get it in for the MOT. We'll sell the car with 12 months MOT on it, and then yeah, get the car cleaned up again properly this time, inside and outside, and then get it out for sale. So I should imagine there's only going to be about 4 parts to this. I was hoping there's going to be more, but maybe there might be more. In this part 3, we're going to do the engine additive, and then yeah, see how that goes. If it does, like I said, if it does work, then we're going to do the pre-test checks, and I'll probably save that for another video. So this might be a quick little video, unfortunately. I'm not really making much progress on this car. I think I'm going to have to write this project off because of the major issue. I think that's probably why it was sold to me, but I knew when I bought the car that should there be an issue with it, a major issue, so I already knew about the noise before. He never told me. He told me it was a pulley. He never told me it was a crankshaft. Whether he knew or not, I don't know. But that's by the by now. I knew if it was something major wrong with the car, then I can sell the car as it is. Should get my money back or a little bit more. If not, strip it for parts. It's got a 90,000 mile engine on it, and it's got loads of receipts for all the work it's had done on it. So yeah, it should sell pretty easy, even with that issue. But I need to sell it cheap enough in order to it be someone worthwhile in getting that that crankshaft repaired on it. Like I said, I haven't been told the exact work, but I've been quoted for the work. So unfortunately, it's abandoned project. So we're going to abandon this project, unfortunately. But still, I might do some little bits to it. Depends if it's worth my while. But if not, I have checked the value of this. I think it's about £800. I think I did check. I can't even remember now, but I did check. Probably about a month ago, it was about £800 this car is worth, but probably can't get that for it since it's got a major issue with it, and it'd be wrong for me to even ask that price. But I'll see. I'll do another check on it, and we'll see how much it's worth. At the end of the day, like people say, it's worth what people are prepared to pay for it. And if people are prepared to pay 800 quid for it, then I'll let it go for 800 quid. And I've just pocketed myself like 550 quid. Yeah, ready for the next project. So yeah, let's crack on then. Let's get this engine additive, or sorry, oil additive I should say, into the oil, and see if it does actually make a difference, if it does actually make this sound, this horrible rubbing noise, go away, or sound a lot quieter than it does. If it does, then it's all go for the MOT pre-test check. So yeah, let's get that oil additive in now. Right, first things first, got to get the engine oil up to temperature before we can put it in. Now that's the noise that we're talking about. If you missed the other videos, move that closer. There you go, that's the noise. It's definitely not the pulleys. The pulleys have been checked. But yeah, we're literally just going to whack some engine oil conditioner in there. Let it warm up a little bit. And see how that runs. How long you got to wait for? Or how warm? It doesn't have a temperature gauge on it. I've never noticed that before. This car doesn't have a temperature gauge. Look at that, right? And tell me there's a temperature gauge on this car. There is not a temperature gauge, is there? I thought, oh, I'll just see if it goes up in temperature a little bit, and I'll put it in then. I just realised there's no temperature gauge. Oh my god. Okay. I just make sure it's just keep filling it, make sure it's warm. The air intake area it feels a bit cold. I thought I'd just give it a little 5 minutes. Should be warm enough. But yeah, there we go, guys. So once that's warmed up, we're going to get that stuff in there, see if it does the job. I'm annoyed. I mean, when I got the news, I was so annoyed, and I was like, "Are you definitely sure it's not the pulley?" And he's like, "Yes, I've checked the pulley. There's no play in the pulleys. There is play in the crankshaft though, and there shouldn't be." So, and I was so looking forward to just like doing little bits on the car, and at the end of it, it was just going to be a lovely looking car, especially for its age. It's 19 years old, and it's in better condition than some 10-year-old cars. So it's really annoying. But anyway, just whack this stuff in then, and we'll see how it goes. Right, the stuff is in. Still slight noise, but I've had it running for a couple of minutes before I started filming this. The noise has gone down a little bit, but it could be one or two things. It could be because it has got around the crank and it's quietened it down, or the engine has got to temperature where it does actually go quieter anyway. Yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll let the engine go cold, and then start up from cold and see if it sounds like this. If it sounds like this starting off from cold, then I'm happy with that, and I'll put it for an MOT. If not, if it's made no difference at all, then yeah, I might just set it as it is. With no, it's got no MOT. The MOT's expired. It's vibrating a bit. I can hear something like rattling, but it's vibrating. Can you hear that, Chris? Like a vibrating sound. It's definitely a... don't know. Sounds like a little clicky kind of vibrating sound. It wasn't like that before. Don't know. Yeah, I think the true test then is obviously to cold start it. That is when the noise is at its worst. So it's probably best to cold start it and see what it sounds like then. If it sounds fine, then I'm happy to go on to the next stage, and that's the pre-MOT checks. If everything's fine with that, then I'll pop it through in MOT. If I find anything that's going to major fail, then I'm done with it. It's going as it is. So yeah, that'll be the next step. So I think that's it. I think that's it for this video. I don't think there's anything else I can say or do. I'm not going to do the MOT checks in this video, because by the time I do all of them, add it onto this video, the video is going to be too long. Plus, I haven't got time to do it today, so I'm going to do it on another day. So instead of compiling it into one video, I'm going to just put it into two videos. So part 4 then is, well, what should I say it's going to be? It's going to be the video where it's a make or break video, I suppose. That's when I'm going to do the cold start on the car and announce whether I'm going to do the pre-MOT checks or not, or whether the car is going as it is. If the car's going to go as it is, we're then literally going to just clean up the car and put it up for sale. But the whirring sound is definitely gone. There's no I can't hear. Can you hear any whirring sound? Because I can't. No, I can't hear no whirring sound anymore. This, actually, well, if you listen carefully, obviously it's a bit hard to hear because we've got cars going by. There is a slight noise, but not much more than what you would get normally from a car. I suppose actually there's a... Yeah, I can just about hear it, but it's, to be honest, it's not too bad. And like I said, it's going to be sold with that fault anyway, so the next owner is going to know about it. So it's not like I'm trying to cover it up. I'm just trying to make it sound better than it does. That's all. But I'll tell them, whoever buys it, next to findings, what it is that's wrong with it. And it's up to them whether they buy it, take on the project themselves. But for me, it's just not enough money in it. It's just, like I said, it's a £600 to £700 to fix that problem on an £800 car. If this car was worth a couple of grand, then, and I bought it for 250 quid, then yeah, I'd get it done, because I would still make profit on it at the end of the day. You know, 600-700 quid, that's about 850 to 950 you would have spent on the car in total. Sell it for 2 grand, you've made a grand profit, so of course then it'd be worth it. But when a car that's worth about 800 quid, and that's with no faults at all, it's just not worth it, because if I got it done, it would be more than I bought the car for. So I know I never get my money back. I'd actually be eating into the money. I'd lose money on the car. So for me, it's not worth it. If someone's going to keep it till the car dies, then it might be worth it for them. Or whether they think they can get more money out of the car than me, then they can go ahead. But for me, that's it. I'm just going to see how it is on a cold start. Like I said, if it's like this, if it sounds like this on a cold start, I'm going to do the MOT pre-test checks. If it's back to normal, how it was when I first started the car, I'm probably just going to clean it up, set it as it is. So right, that's it guys, that wraps up this video. If you have enjoyed it, I'm sorry it's only a little quick one. It's not really in depth, not really big, nothing. It's just mainly been me talking. I haven't really shown much on it, but I just wanted to do a little it's like a vlog update on where we are with this Project Mercedes at the moment. Like I said, unfortunately it's taken a turn for the worst, and the problem with the car is a lot worse than I was led to believe when I bought it. So yeah, unfortunately it's not worth the money, and I'm going to have to let it go as it is. But that's where we are anyway. At least after all these months of keeping hold of it, I can move on to something else, something that I can actually get working on. But this would have been an ideal one. I'm sure I would have made a nice turnover from this car, but unfortunately it's the engine that's let me down. But yeah, if you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and a share. Greatly appreciate that. And yeah, subscribe to the channel for more content. Don't forget to click that notification bell. Make sure your notifications are on. Select all so you get all notifications, because there's going to be more updates on this car. Like I said, and in part 4 we're going to find out, make or break video, if this car is going to have a bit of money spent on it to get it up for sale, or whether it's just going to be cleaned up and put up for sale and be classed as a project write-off. That's what we're going to reveal in the next video. So hopefully guys, I'll see you in part 4 for the Project Mercedes. So until then, take care, and yeah, we'll be back. Part 4, Mercedes A-Class project. We'll do another update, let you guys know, is it make or break on this car. So until then, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.